As above, so below. As below, so above. Thus rings the axiom of the second Hermetic principle, the principle of correspondence. Correspondence shows us that each level of reality mirrors the others. Hermeticists speak of three main planes. The spiritual plane, the highest, the source of all being. The mental plane, the realm of thought, bridging the spiritual and physical. The physical plane, the world of material manifestation. This triadic structure appears across many spiritual philosophies in slightly different forms, but the essence remains the same. Importantly, the mental plane acts as a bridge, receiving impressions from the spiritual plane and transmitting them to the physical plane. This allows higher truths to manifest materially. Within each of these planes exist 7 subplanes, which can be seen as gradations or densities, like octaves in music. Within each subplane are another 7, and this recursive pattern continues ad infinitum. This fractal structure shows how the planes interconnect and mirror each other visually and behaviorally. For example, the swirling arms of a galaxy are echoed in the spirals of a seashell or in the vortex of a hurricane. Lightning branches, like tree roots, or even the veins in a human body. Even the structure of the cosmos reflects patterns at the atomic level, where electrons orbit nuclei like miniature solar systems. These repeating patterns are clear on the physical plane. As Benoit Mandelbrot, mathematician and the father of fractal geometry, once said, "Clouds are not spheres, mountains are not cones, coastlines are not circles, and bark is not smooth, nor does lightning travel in a straight line," highlighting the fractal, self-similar patterns that recur in nature. The Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, illustrates the mirroring of these planes. Consider a seed on the physical plane. It sprouts into a plant. On the mental plane, a seed might be an idea, a thought. Nurtured, it can grow into a flourishing tree in the garden of knowledge. Or, if neglected, weeds and thorns. On the spiritual plane, the seed can either ascend, connecting you with higher intelligences, or remain stagnant. As Rumi, 13th century Sufi poet and mystic, reminds us, "You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop." Here, the microcosm of a thought or individual reflects the macrocosm of the universe, perfectly illustrating the law of correspondence. The principle of correspondence also ties directly into alchemy, one of the most misunderstood concepts of our time. Alchemy, often seen as the predecessor of chemistry, was not only the study of matter, but also of inner matter, where the outer practice is remembered as the attempt to turn base metals into gold. The esoteric meaning points to an inner transmutation, the refining of the egoic, ignorant self into illumined consciousness. This inner gold, the awakened soul, is what the ancients called the philosopher's stone. This is where archetypal symbols reveal their power, speaking a divine language that transcends planes. The sun illuminates the physical world with fire and light, the mental world with insight, and the spiritual world with divine illumination. It is a timeless symbol of enlightenment. The wheel embodies correspondence as well. It represents eternal cycles on every plane, day and night, the seasons, life and death. Microcosmic patterns, like thought cycles or learning progressions, reflect macrocosmic rhythms, reincarnation, karma, the cosmic order. In Buddhist doctrine, the wheel, Dharma chakra, illustrates this cyclical, interconnected nature, showing how physical, mental and spiritual processes mirror each other in fractal harmony. This karmic wheel for the illumined person moves like a spiral upward, ascending toward higher states of consciousness. Rarely linear, this path is more like waves, trial and error, oscillating in resonance with the frequency of one's current state of consciousness. Here, the law of correspondence works through vibration as each plane oscillates at its own frequency, patterns mirrored across them. The spiral's motion shows that all things vibrate. Nothing rests. Every plane, every subplane, every thought and particle is in constant motion. From the grand rotation of galaxies to the subtle currents of the mind to the quiet pulse of the spirit. Understanding this vibration lets the seeker perceive the resonance linking all planes, aligning themselves with higher frequencies for growth and mastery. This brings us naturally to the third Hermetic principle, the principle of vibration, which we will explore in the next video. Tune in for more.